Thank you. Race 7, Victoria Park, and the Sky Ratings have 3 joint top raters. Scenic Garden, Contrived and Brothers Jest, and Like John is a 93. Now, Moongarra 45, Scenic Garden 390, Contrived 490, Like John $10, Brothers Jest 19, Scratch 6, To Pay Up 16, Cathedral End 15. Over the page we go to Mr. Iceman 17, Mottram 18, Mr. Guelo $9, Nothing But Gull 27, Boogie Night 26, Scratch 14, Scratch 15, Reuben James 840, and See the Way is a scratching. Right, the top 8, Doomben, Falvalon on top of Phoenix Park, Lord Essex, Make Mine Magic and Purno in a star-studded Wyndham Estate BTC Cup at Group 2 level. Alan Thomas is now ready to commence his commentary on one of the best sprint races we've seen in a long, long time. So without any further ado, we take you to Doomben and AT.
This is a great race, this, John, the Wyndham Estate Cup. It's at weight for age at Group 2 level, and it's brought together, I think, collectively the best field I've seen. Whether there's been any better singular horses running it and winning it, I can't say, but collectively as a field, this is an absolute rip snorter to really launch the Queensland Winter Racing Carnival with the depth of the sprinting horses we have in this race this afternoon. Falvalon's been a little bit easy. At the moment, he's tight on the tote here at 310 and 190. Bookmakers are prepared to risk him. Lord Essex has been back late. Phoenix Park's been solid. A little bit of specking for Make Mine Magic. Chattanooga's come in from long odds. And that's probably just about the ball game. And Purno, a little bit of specking for her late in proceedings. Falvalon's got the wide gate here, but he's got natural early pace. And after he's running the TJ Smith at Randwick back on the 13th of April, I'm sure he'll strip a lot better, or a lot fitter anyway, for this afternoon's race. Now here's Mustig Me I Panis coming up into the gates. Diamond Dane about to take up its position. Ken Kankani. Lord Essex just been tailed down. Quite a warm day here in Brisbane. Lord Essex just sweating up a tad. Chattanooga goes in. Federal Agent's been placed away. He's a nice horse, Shower Heart. Just watching him go around doing his preliminary. He's a lovely horse, son of Brave Warrior. Will stand at Glenlogan Park at the end of this season after the Stradbroke Handicap. He's a lovely horse, Shower Heart. Now Damien Oliver's about to bring up Falvalon. What a great horse he's been, Falvalon. He's won a 10,000. 2 races in Hong Kong. Scalacci at Caulfield, the Schweppes at Moonee Valley. He's been a great sprinter. And you know he's 5 rising 6. He's only had 25 starts. That might be a reason why he's been around for so long at the top level. Now they're all in the starting stalls. We're set to go now. The Wyndham Estate Cup. Group 2 level. Starting signal has been given. Falvalon stands up well. Purno is ready. They're all set to run. Falvalon from a wide gate. And they're racing, and Falvalon on the outside began brilliantly near the rails. King Lotto was one of the first to go. Diamond Dane and Lord Essex showing speed. Now Falvalon's 4 deep outside those in the run of the first corner. At the 900 metres mark, and Falvalon's going up 3 deep to join Lord Essex in the lead. Diamond Dane eases to third. King Lotto is fourth, and then Federal Agent on the outside of Phoenix Park. A length away, Purno, followed by Twin Fortune. Then came Mustig Me High Panis. Make Mine Magic's a long way back. So is Shower Heart, and he's wide. And last of all is Ken Kankani. Inside the 600, Lord Essex, a neck to Falvalon. A length away is Diamond Dane, followed then by King Lotto. Twin Fortune deep. Phoenix Park getting up on the fence, followed by Purno, Federal Agent, Shower Heart and Make Mine Magic. In the straight, Lord Essex led at the 300. Falvalon's outside him. Phoenix Park into the clear. Then came Diamond Dane, King Lotto and Shower Hearts down the outside. Lord Essex claimed by Falvalon on the outside, and then came Phoenix Park. It's Falvalon and Lord Essex from Phoenix Park. Lord Essex and Falvalon. Lord Essex fought back. Lord Essex beat Falvalon. Third, Phoenix Park. Fourth, probably Mustig Me I Panis in front of Purno, followed by Ken Kankani. The next, King Lotto, Make Mine Magic, followed by Diamond Dane, Shower Heart. A long way back, Federal Agent, followed by Chattanooga. And last home in the race was Twin Fortune. Number 3, Lord Essex, clearly headed in the straight by Falvalon, has fought back to beat him. Number 3, Lord Essex, ridden by Scott Galloway, is the winner. Number 1, second, Felvalon, ridden by Damien Oliver, 1 run short, Felvalon. 4, third, Phoenix Park, ridden by Brian York. And 4th went to number 10, Mushtig Mihai Panis, ridden by Jason Taylor. Well, Lord Essex began quickly, and Galloway made Oliver work on Felvalon. He made sure Felvalon didn't cross him, but I can tell you that Felvalon ran to at least a good head to a neck in front, passing the 200 metres mark. But Lord Essex is a tough horse. He's a real tough horse. He's a winner of the George Ryder. He ran second in the Newcastle Newmarket before that, and he was able to lift under pressure. Felvalon just died on his run. That was his second run back from a break. But look how Doomben 10,000 Carl.
Yes, reverse the barriers and maybe you get a different result. They started side by side with the winner in 10 and Felvalon in 11. Switched the gates and it may have been a different result. There wasn't much between them. Phoenix Park, every conceivable hope. He just wasn't up to the other two. Lord Essex 680, 220. Great kick for Scott Galloway, winning a Group 2 at Doomben today. Felvalon 180 and Phoenix Park at $2.40. Runners are about to leave that unique parade yard at Moonee Valley through the...
Well, I've gone 8 Helsingborg ahead.
23 to be exact, and the Sky ratings are the Net and Viheho, both at 100. Ika-Matua 96 and Leander Hall at 93. Scratch 1, the Net 470, Salem's Tip 650, Ika-Matua 10, Viejo 710, Leander Hall 440, Go Ziggy 12 and Newington Style 940. Blue Sutab 11, Reef King 29, our Midnight Star 49 and Swagman's Rest at 44. We've got time for a quick little break before Melbourne. Let's head off to that break right now on Sky Racing.
Don't stop just yet. We've got the world. Group 1.
Now, Helsingborg is the favourite for the race. It's a good betting race. They've tried a few. Helsingborg top pick. Classic Benbara moved up there in the red with the white stars. Well tried second elect. Paternals had admirers. Walk on Ice just steady through betting rather than being a firmer. And a long shot move too at huge odds for Our Guided Missile. There he goes into the gates in the green colours. He's a $34 chance. He's shorter on track and they've trimmed him up by about $15 or so. So a bit of a move. There's Paternal now going in. Paternal unbeaten in his 2 starts at Moonee Valley. The most interesting race of the day coming up here. Walk on Ice to get set. Front runner. Big weight. He is used to carrying big weights, but he's got 60 kilos here this afternoon. Malcolm Pay on board. Quaddy numbers are 3, 5 and 2. And they move up and they're all in and set to go. Ready now. Helsingborg into the fave. And away they go. Hula Wonder a touch slow. Helsingborg began fast and Gold Boom got away well. Walk on Ice from an outside barrier also pinged away very fast and Paternal not far away from the speed. Classic Benbara dropped out his last in the run to the first turn and Gold Boom is the leader at the 1200 fast run. Walk on Ice is second, 2 lengths away and 3 to Paternal, 1.5 to Helsingborg who settled down 4th the inside and then Our Guided Missile. A length further back is Mad Harry over on the inside from Sunny Glow and then Hula Wonder and 2 to Classic Benbara. At the 900 Gold Boom going quickly, 2 lengths. Walk on Ice took the sit on him and about 5 lengths away then to Paternal. A length and a half further back Our Guided Missile. Helsingborg now back 5th on the inside, followed by Hula Wonder and then Sunny Glow, Mad Harry and Classic Benbara last of all easing out. Gold Boom came up the side, 700 to go, led by a length Walk on Ice. Now the back markers are starting to close. Paternal's got up there with a challenging run and Classic Benbara right around the outside coming into it. Our Guided Missile going ahead just ahead of it. Helsingborg right behind the leading pack over on the inside from Hula Wonder. Coming around the turn, Walk on Ice took the lead now from Gold Boom. Paternal 2 lengths to Helsingborg. Classic Benbara. Hula Wonder starting to work home into the straight. Gold Boom getting his second win. Walk on Ice on his outside with Paternal chiming in with his run down the outside. Gold Boom, Walk on Ice, Paternal 3 deep. Coming with a strong run now. Paternal, he's taken the lead on the outside and Paternal wins it 3 for 3 at Moonee Valley now. Paternal over Gold Boom and Walk on Ice third. Then came Hula Wonder. Helsingborg just battled away. Classic Benbara came with a run, but then wilted in the straight, followed by Mad Harry. Our Guided Missile next to last. The wet track not suiting him, and Sunny Glow last. Paternal is the winner, number 6, ridden by Stephen Arnold. Always in the right place. It's just what you expect when you watch a Stephen Arnold ride. He has the great knack of just putting horses in the right place at the right time always. That ended up being his only ride for the day after La Destina was scratched from the 4th, so he's made it the perfect return. 6, Paternal, trained by Kerry Edwards. He's a 4-year-old chestnut gelding by My Patriarch from Countess Rhodey. Second, number 9, Gold Boom, ridden by Neville Wilson. He led them up, went fast, and he really did kick solidly. And third to Walk on Ice. All honours to his run. Courageous effort, under 60 kilos, giving away 4 and 6 kilos to the horses who finished in front of him on a wet track. 4th was Hula Wonder. Her effort not too bad, although still think she's racing a shade short of her very best form. And then Helsingborg, maybe not suited to the inside, but by the same token, he was fairly disappointing when the acid test was on. So we've got totes of 6.20 and 2.30 Paternal, 2.10 Gold Boom and 2.10 Walk on Ice. The multiple bets here, the daily doubles paid $86.20. Quaddy on 3526, $882.10. $882.10 for the Quaddy today. Quinella paid $26.30, the exacta $46.40, the trifecta $225.40, and the running double on 2 and 6 paid $24.60. Margins were a half length by 3/4, a half by 3/4, and that time they're 1 minute and 34 even on the Hotel Care Trophy. Okay.
50, Salem's Tip 650, Ica Mature 850, Viejo 640, Leander Hall 490. Newington Style is at $10, and over the page, shortest of those, Blue Sutab at 11. Windpool still climbing, 284,000. We've got a minute break coming up before the action in the Ron McBurney Superfecta at Rosehill. Join us before going to Ian. A quick plug for tomorrow's edition of Racing Retro with a couple of very interesting stories. We have an interview with South Australian jockey Cherie Buki, who is back on deck looking extremely well after her recent horror fall, and a colour piece on John Size and his enormous success in Hong Kong, his first season as a trainer there in one of the toughest arenas in the world, and he is leading trainer. Darren Flindell has put together a wonderful profile of John Size, who has taken Hong Kong by storm. In they go for the final event in Sydney, and here is Ian Craig.
So the last of the day, and we're just about all set and ready to go. Starter climbs the stand, presses the button, they're off, and the net seemed to half leap when the stalls opened, missed at 3/4 of a length, and Leander Hall straight to the lead from Viejo and Newington Style. The net picking up ground, racing up on the inside of Ica Mature from Our Midnight Star. About 3/4 to a half length, Blue Sitab the rails, then Reef King, Swagman's Rest, Go Ziggy, and last is Salem's Tip. They race to the side, 700 to go, and Leander Hall wanted to get the head up very suddenly. Leads the way about a length on Viejo. Third posse is Newington Style. Ica Mature, well tried, 4th, and then the net, 2 Blue Sitab, 1 Swagman's Rest, followed by Our Midnight Star, Reef King just shading Our Midnight Star, and Go Ziggy on the inside of Salem's Tip, the last pair. They wheel for home in the last here at Rosehill, and the dual acceptor, Leander Hall, is the leader, more than a length, Viejo, Newington Style, Ica Mature being called upon, then the net, Blue Sitab, and Salem's Tip is coming down the outer. At the 250 marker, Leander Hall tackled in earnest by Viejo. Ikemetua, and then Salem's Tip, who's still grinding away. In the meantime, Viejo got to the front. Salem's Tip is out after Viejo. It's Viejo and Salem's Tip. They reach the line. Oh, nothing in this. Viejo and Salem's Tip and Viejo hit it absolutely locked together. Tight for third, Ikemetua with Newington Style, followed by Blue Sitab. Leander Hall knocked up, and then the net with Go Ziggy, and a good margin away. Next in the run came Reef King, and tailed right off there was Swagman's Rest, and behind him was our Midnight Star. Photo called for in the final event of the day between Viejo and Salem's Tip and Viejo. The replay will give us a better idea here as to what is likely to happen. Oh boy, it's very, very close. It's an awkward angle here at Rosehill, and in a finish like this from where we stand, it's an absolute impossibility to try and work out the noses as they race away from us. So just hang on to your tickets here until we get the result. Working from the top as far as the totes are concerned, 3 Salem's Tip at 6.90 and 2.30, and 5 Viejo at 5.90 and 2.20, and another keenly contested issue for third here. So a bit past the post when I got back there, so I'll just leave the judge, Mr. Greg Hinton, to work it all out for us with his capable offsiders. Salem's Tip quietly ridden and then brought with a long run down the outside by Darren Beatman, in line for 3 winners for the day. And is he going to make it on Salem's Tip or not? Is it going to be Robbie Brewer on Viejo? It is exceptionally close and could go either way, could even be a dead heat. Salem's Tip was first up since March, and Viejo has been racing very consistently of late. Dead heat? Dead heat, Greg, is it? And third is Ikemetua third. So we'll get those numbers off you. It's a dead heat for first between 3 Salem's Tip and 5 Viejo. Third goes to number 4 Ikemetua third. Fourth, 8 Newington Style. Okay. Righto, Greg, thanking you, sir. So it's a dead heat in the last, and that doesn't surprise me one iota. 3 and 5, Salem's Tip and Viejo dead heating. Number 4, Ikemetua third, and number 8 is officially fourth in the last. Salem's Tip by Alquaz from Mosiki, Gary Portelli, Darren Beatman. So 3.5 winners to Dazza today, and Viejo's by El Moxie from Joe Wahara. 4-year-old bay mare Scott Eels at Hawkesby's done a very good job with this mare, Scott, and Robbie Brewer in the saddle.
Right, thanks, Ian. And Judge couldn't separate them. Gary Portelli coming over there to chat with Darren Beatman after dead heating with Salem's Tip in the last. 4 third, Ikemetua. Here's Larry Olsen at Doomben.
Yes, John, with numbers are 4, 13.
Suggesting that he might just be able to run 1200 out now. There's the favourite, Lethal Lee. Gets onto a wet track for the first time today. So Lethal Lee, favourite on track ahead of Abyssinian. It's the other way around on the tote. Until the pool updates, and now Lethal Lee also takes over tote favouritism. Feel the Noise on the third line of betting, and then Lightning Tears. Stand down tomorrow, first at 12:15, a slow track there. Track upgrade at this afternoon to slow. Here's Delago now coming up into the line. Vincent Hall trying for a treble with that outsider. And they're ready to go now. Lights flash and they're racing in the last. A good dispatch too. And Lethal Lee was one of the first to bound out of the stalls. Easy Virtue drives through underneath it to go to the lead. In turn tackled by our Wiener. Feel the Noise is up there handy, followed by Abyssinian. Lethal Lee deeper out. A length to Uncle Willie, a length and a half to Lightning Tears to Largo, and 3 to Raja Lane. At the 800 turn, our Wiener the inside led. Feel the Noise and Lethal Lee 3 deep in third. 2 Easy Virtue fourth over on the inside, being trailed then by Abyssinian Uncle Willie. Lightning Tears out wide, and Delago the deepest runner clearly, and a length and a half last of all Raja Lane in a bunched field now. As they go to the 500, Feel the Noise took a slender lead. Lethal Lee on the outside and Lightning Tears running on. Our Wiener still there on the inside, followed by Delago. 2 lengths Uncle Willie, Raja Lane taking off. Abyssinian dropped out last, and Easy Virtue well back on the inside. Lethal Lee takes the lead coming around the home turn from Feel the Noise, running on Lightning Tears, and Raja Lane coming right down the the outside. Lethal Lee from Feel the Noise, Raja Lane and Uncle Willie late. Lethal Lee clear. 50 metres to go. He's about 3/4. Raja Lane, Uncle Willie and Feel the Noise and Lethal Lee. Lethal Lee wins again, beat Raja Lane by a half length. Might be Feel the Noise third from Uncle Willie, and then Lightning Tears, a gap our wiener, followed further back in the field by Easy Virtue. Second last was Delago, and last to finish was Abyssinian. Winner Lethal Lee, horse number 5, ridden by Dale Smith, trained by Van der Wales, and this fellow's now won 2 of his 3 starts so far, and another string added to his bow in that he can handle the rain-affected ground now. Sat 3 deep the whole way. Not that that's a great disadvantage, but he's still covering that little bit of extra ground, and it's been a tough fighting performance to get home. Coming from a long last was Raja Lane. She really got to the line solidly, would have made it interesting in a few more bounds, and third place is a photo finish in which Uncle Willie has grabbed third and Feel the Noise 4th, so completed placings 5, 2, 6 and 1. 5, 2, 6 and 1, and the time there 1:13.8. Good performance there. Lethal Lee is a 3-year-old chestnut gelding, is by Prince of Birds from Sweet Pipper, who's by Let's Get Physical, who could certainly handle the rain-affected ground all right. Lethal Lee had no trouble with it this afternoon. A very promising young racehorse. Good, tough winning performance. Abyssinian was a shocking run, lost touch with them coming up towards the home turn and finished well back. Check of the tote dividends. We've got Lethal Lee returning $4.30 and $2. Raja Lane $2.30. Uncle Willie paying $5.20.
First of the runners to move up is Cardinal Colours. Neil Chapman, the rider, brings him along. Della Ventosa, King Jugar. Head forward, Finito back with the clerk of the course, Loudon Lockett. Moving up with the 3-year-old, Lakeside Song. Special Jester still out. Alibi Bay. Still 3 or 4 runners to move up for this, the WA St Ledger. Finito at Flip the Coin odds downstairs. They've tumbled into him pretty late, and there's also now solid backing for Cardinal Colours. Alibi Bay has been backed on an each-way basis, looking at some of these figures coming through in the last few moments. Now here comes Finito moving up. Finito backing his rump up to the stall for the moment. King Jugar, one of the maidens, drawn in 4. Hard to believe that he's actually a maiden, been placed on numerous occasions, but now they're set. 2400 of the St Ledger. One of the oldest races on the WATC calendar. Good long run down the home straight. All in. Special Jester's got his head in the stall of Loudon Lockett. First run over the ground today for Loudon Lockett. Starter again looking down the line again at Special Jester. Stablemate Prince of Charm on the previous race for the day. Very impressive victory too it was. Second up. Can't quite see what the problem is there with Special Jester. Whatever it is, it's rectified. They're racing. He missed it by a length or more. And Cardinal Colours with Lakeside Song and Alibi Bay were the first to break the line. Quickly across behind them, Loudon Lockett from Special Jester, then Finito. And they're being followed by King Jugar, and settling down last of all on the inside is Della Ventosa. But Alibi Bay takes up the running for Harvey as they come down and greet the judge on the first round. A length and a half on Cardinal Colours, and Lakeside Song pulling third. They've got away 3 or 4 lengths on Loudon Lockett. Special Jester about 2 lengths to the favourite Finito, and back towards the tail of the field Della Ventosa and King Jugar keeping company with one another. Out of the straight they go and over by Beckett's Gate. They've got 1800 metres to travel here in the St Ledger, and Alibi Bay calling the shots. Harvey though quite keen to hand up, and now Chapman obliges by giving Cardinal Colours rein, and he quickly races to a clear lead as they go down to the 1600. It's Cardinal Colours, this year's Perth Cup winner, and on trial for a shot at the Adelaide Cup, taking over 2 lengths Alibi Alibi Bay, 1.5 to Lakeside Song third. A length and a half away in fourth place is the veteran galloper Special Jester from Loudon Lockett. Then the favourite Finito outside Della Ventosa. And the maidens last of all, King Jugar, as they turn into the back of the course. Racing along past the 1250. They're almost at the halfway stage in the St Ledger of 2002. And Cardinal Colours, where he likes it, bowling along in front, controlling the shots. 2 lengths Alibi Bay. A length and a half away then Special Jester, going up to put the 3-year-old Lakeside Song in a pocket. And then Finito travelling up to 5th of the speed, backs off at the 1,000 mark. Then on the rail, Loudon Lockett. King Jugar's taking off from last, and he's now being set alight, rushing around them quickly. Della Ventosa's last of all, 6 lengths off the leader, Cardinal Colours, who takes them down by the 800. Cardinal Colours beset upon by King Jugar, which has come from last to go up an eyeball. Cardinal Colours, who has slipped a bit of rainy, again draws a half a length clear. Alibi Bay, 1.5 away third, followed by Lakeside Song, who's battling on. Then Special Jester calling it a day from Loudon Lockett. Finito's back second last, and he's being urged along, and last of all is Della Ventosa. Cardinal Colours is rolling again. 400 metres to go in the St Ledger. Cardinal Colours turned 3/4 of a length on Alibi Bay, starting to loom up. Lakeside Song waiting for the inside run, then Loudon Lockett, King Jugar, and Finito still yet to pounce upon them. 200 out, Cardinal Colours in front, Lakeside Song, and here comes Finito and Loudon Lockett. Finito's out after Cardinal Colours and Lakeside Song. It's Finito, Cardinal Colours in a ding-dong go. Finito going home too well. That was a cool ride to win the St Ledger by Dan Stake. Finito got up from Cardinal Colours and Lakeside Song. Loudon Lockett 4th. They beat off Alibi Bay, then Della Ventosa, King Jugar, and Special Jester, the last one to arrive.
Yep, there it is, 2, 1 and 8 there, $2.30, $1.20. Now, nice afternoon for harness racing at Globe Derby Park, which is in Adelaide. And this is the